What if the person tormenting Hope Dobbs wasn't a stranger at all, but someone she trusted the most? For weeks, Hope has been trapped in a nightmare, cruel messages lighting up her phone day after day, breaking down her confidence and leaving her terrified to even check her screen. Each text was worse than the last, filled with words meant to crush her spirit. She tried to stay strong, but the constant attacks started to wear her down. Even when Bethany Platt stepped in, offering words of encouragement and trying to help Hope rebuild her confidence, nothing seemed to stop the storm. Whoever was behind those messages knew exactly how to hurt her, and they weren't holding back. Then came the moment that changed everything. During a Halloween makeover at the salon, Hope thought she finally found her bully. Maria Connor had just stepped into the back room when Hope caught sight of Jake Windass, Maria's stepson, sniggering at his phone. Right then, another vile message appeared on her screen. The timing was too perfect to ignore. Her heart dropped as she stared at him, realizing, or at least believing, that Jake had been the one tormenting her all along. Fueled by anger and heartbreak, Hope accused him on the spot. But Jake was stunned. He denied it completely, his face showing genuine shock. Hope didn't want to hear it. Feeling betrayed, embarrassed, and humiliated, she stormed out of the salon, choosing to skip the Halloween party altogether. The evening that was supposed to be fun turned into one of the darkest nights she'd had in a long time. Later that night, she confided in her mom, Fiz, and Grandma Cassie, showing them the text that had been haunting her. The words were vile, the kind of cruelty that leaves a mark even after the phone is turned off. Fiz and Cassie were horrified, unable to believe someone would go this far to hurt their girl. But the real shock wasn't what was on the screen. It was the growing fear that the person behind these messages might be someone closer than they ever imagined. And soon enough, that fear turned into suspicion. In the upcoming scenes set to air on November 7th, the story takes a sharp and unexpected twist. Hope's sister Ruby complains to their parents, frustrated that she has to use what she calls a cringy and clapped phone. Tyrone, doing his best to hold things together, tells her they simply can't afford a new one. It's a typical family moment, a bit of bickering, a bit of disappointment, nothing unusual, but no one could have predicted what would happen next. When Hope comes home from school later that day, she's shaken once again. Another nasty message has arrived, and this one hits just as hard as the rest. But as Tyrone looks down at her phone, something catches his attention. Right there in the middle of the message, the words cringy and clapped stand out. The same exact phrase Ruby used earlier that day. For a moment, he freezes. It can't be. It shouldn't be. But the connection is undeniable. Could Ruby really be the one behind the bullying? The thought alone makes Tyrone's heart sink. This is his family, his girls, and suddenly he's faced with the possibility that shakes him to the core. If Ruby is guilty, it means one daughter has been tormenting the other for weeks, right under their roof. What would drive her to do that? Jealousy? A cry for attention? Or something even deeper? Fans of Coronation Street are already buzzing online with theories. Some think Ruby's frustration and jealousy may have pushed her too far. Others believe it's all a misunderstanding, that maybe someone is setting Ruby up to take the fall. After all, in Weatherfield, things are never quite as simple as they seem. But one thing is certain, this story is far from over. Tyrone's discovery has opened a door that can't be closed, and the emotional fallout could change everything for this family. If Ruby really is the culprit, can Hope ever forgive her? Can Tyrone protect both his daughters without tearing their home apart? And if Ruby is innocent, then who's the real puppet master pulling the strings behind these messages? The answers are coming, and when they do, they might be more devastating than anyone expects. Because sometimes the most painful betrayals don't come from strangers. They come from the people you love most. And as Coronation Street gears up for this shocking reveal, one question still hangs in the air. When the truth finally comes out, will the Dobbs family ever be the same again? There's been a lot of speculation online, and fans are already divided. Some say Ruby is guilty, others insist there's another twist still waiting in the shadows. But until the truth is revealed, all we can do is watch as this story unravels, one secret at a time. So, what do you think? Could Ruby really be behind the cruel messages haunting her sister? Or is this just another red herring in a much darker game? Either way, one thing is for sure: the truth won't stay hidden.